Santa Ana could become the latest city in the country to allow non-citizens to vote at the ballot box. Non-citizens are prohibited from voting in federal elections.
But municipalities in Maryland, Vermont, and here in California have allowed non-citizens to vote in local elections.
Former President Trump says he wants to return to the White House to secure the southern U.S. border.
He claims Democrats are allowing immigrants into the country and signing them up to vote.
I believe now that that's why they're allowing these people to come in. People that don't speak our language, they're signing them up to vote.
Is that right? No, what he suggested isn't even possible.
If you count the illegal votes, they can try to steal the election from us.
Okay, here we are again in the unusual position of not only interrupting the President of the United States, but correcting the President of the United States. There are no illegal votes that we know of.
That's right. Brian, we just heard the President come out pretty remarkable, as you said. He said, quote, according to the legal votes, he believes he wins. That's false.
The supposed epidemic of undocumented immigrants voting in presidential elections, something they legally cannot do, and there is no evidence whatsoever that they are doing.
How are they going to, they know that they're losing. You know how they're going to keep on to it? The 22 million, Michael, that are coming in here illegally, those people are going to vote.
I agree.
That's their only...
People can't vote.
Yes, they can.
Bottom line is when Joe Biden got elected, he said he wanted to fast track 4 million undocumented residents to full citizenship.
I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border.
They're illegals.
¿El derecho para votar?
Entramos ilegal, por lo menos tenemos acceso a votar.
¿Para quién se va a votar?
Don Biden, que nos está ayudando a nosotros.
He's helping us here.
La mayoría Biden.
Mira Biden.
Él es el que nos está ayudando por Biden.
Of course you are.
Por supuesto que por Biden.
Undocumented immigrants are not citizens, therefore they cannot legally attest that they are. So we rate Donald Trump's claim as false.
At the end of the day, there's just no proof to support Trump's theory, and that's why the Truth Meter rates his claim pants on fire. Read a full fact check at WRAL.com.
Republicans want to throw up barriers because when people vote, they lose. Let me be clear. They don't want you to vote. They don't want to hear black voices, brown voices, LGBTQIA voices, young voices. Our fundamental access to our democracy is being politicized. And this xenophobic attack that we're debating today will make it harder for Americans to vote.
I am not aware of a single proof of citizenship document that does not cost an individual money to get it, unless we are requiring every state to provide one for free, and then it's an unfunded mandate. This is the 2024 version of the Jim Crow poll tax, and we should vote against it.
To investigate claims of voter fraud by non-citizens was disbanded without identifying one single case. If we believe in the power of democracy, we should reject discriminatory rules rooted in fear and division and instead increase protections and expand access. This bill, they call it the SAVE Act. It should be called the Don't Let Americans Act. Don't Let Americans Vote Act.
House Republicans' so-called SAVE Act is a dangerous anti-democratic bill that has no place on this floor.
Only citizens can vote for the United States Senate. Only citizens can vote for the presidency of the United States. So this extreme MAGA Republican voter suppression bill is not designed to solve any problem on behalf of the American people. It is designed to jam people up and prevent Americans from voting.
I'm from Brooklyn, New York. We have a diaspora that can absorb a significant number of these migrants. I need more people in my district, but just for redistricting purposes.
My Republican colleagues will claim that requiring IDs is a small ask, but nearly 30 million people lack a valid driver's license. And about 15 to 18 million adults don't have access to documents proving their birth or citizenship. Americans don't need more obstacles. It's already hard enough.
For Republicans is for them to lay the groundwork to undermine the outcome of the presidential election just as they did 4 years ago, just as they will again and again until they realize either the futility of this exercise or the republic crumbles. I pray for the former.
Non-citizens have not been eligible to vote in New York or, as far as I know, in any other state since the 19th century.
If you want to vote and you show up at your polling place, they can't stop you from voting. They can't stop you from voting. If people want to know how to vote, then you can go to iwillvote.com.
Many of the millennials, dreamers, undocumented citizens, and I call them citizens because they contribute to this country, are fearful of voting. So if I vote, will immigration know where I live? Will they come for my family and deport us?
Not true.
Okay.
And the reason is, first of all, when you vote, you are a citizen yourself, and there is not a situation where the voting rolls somehow are transferred over and people start investigating, etc. The sanctity of the vote is strictly confidential in terms of who you voted for. If you have a family member who maybe is undocumented, then you have an even greater reason to